I'm gonna do a quick little gear review. Someone asked me about my head selection on the cocktail kit, and I figured I'd show you what I've been working with. I've been experimenting with this head selection for quite a while, and this is kind of what I found works well. I've heard a lot of recordings of the cocktail kit, and I don't always love it. I also don't always love when I have it, but what I found works for me when I play live. So check this out. I'm using the Remo. They have the color tone heads. I did this kind of for aesthetic because the joint is orange and the orange heads, so it's kind of cool, kind of a cool vibe. So this is the main part, just the snare, the rack tom, the F4 tom, and the bass. I've added on a 10-inch snare. It's like an Artwood snare. It's pretty cool, actually. I did update the mount so it looks fresh. This is the duo snare. It's essentially what is referred to on the streets as a snom, a snare and a tom. So it has the throw off down here so you can activate it. But let's hear what these sounds. Oh, the other thing is I did this recently where I added, these are Emperors. Yeah. And I've got a little bit of drum dot treatment happening on here to get these overtones. But this is a P77. It's like a snare head, or just it's a focus head, but it's mainly used as a snare head. The P77. I added this foam insert, circular foam insert, and this is an ambassador that I just chopped up to hold it on there, and then I layered the heads, which is pretty solid. It works out pretty well. The foam insert actually comes from this. I found it laying around because usually I'll only use one of these, and then I was like, oh, I saw this laying around. I was like, where did it come from? Duh. And so I kind of made myself a faux this, doing this. You could probably do the same thing with, I don't know, probably find some foam at a hardware store. Me in the hardware store, buds. So snare, Tama is great at snares, man. I love this snare. And I've tuned it a lot of different ways. Right now this is like a tighter tuning. Sometimes I'll use like a little bit of a deader tuning depending on what I'm doing here. On the underside of this, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get the camera under there. Is a EMAD. And this is such an awesome sound. But honestly, most of the work is being done by this dude. Because that's the sound you get when it's not on there. Which works when you're using a mic. And, you know, I found that to be the most useful head. But honestly, just do this and maybe clip on a mic to mic the underside. Get the best sound. So it's like a built-in gate. So we got this tight snare sound. There's a rack tom. And these are single-sided heads, so you know it's kind of interesting to get these these different sounds. I'm gonna let you hear what this sounds like without the drum dot. It sounds like, which is still not bad. Pretty good tuning. I kind of tuned it tight I tuned it up for what I need, and then I actually tuned this lug down to this nice round tone out of it. So it's, just kind of a tuning trick I saw someone do, and it works well. This is a little bit more closed, partially because of this, but honestly, from what I've experienced, this is like kind of the best. So some of these tones, the way they vibrate is a little, it's for me, it's, I like sometimes the same kind of, especially in an acoustic space, I like the same resonance happening. Yeah, this I tuned to the same pitch as this. And so we you have a nice little interplay there. And this is an ambassador head, so it has like a brighter, and the overtones are in there. I didn't add a thing to this. I mean, I wonder what it would sound like. This might be too much overkill. It's a big dot. They make some smaller ones. I don't know if Drum Dot does. But it sounds a little too choked for me right there. I mean, that might be cool for when it's a snare. You know? But I don't like it in the tom space. So I'm kind of willing to deal with that little bit of overtone. Just so that I can get some resonance. Yeah, it's the cocktail kit is interesting, y'all. I mean, but when you play it together, it actually sounds pretty cool. So let me do that now. So I like that, yeah. So I like that interplay. It's not all the same resonance. Separately, little, but together. The other thing I have to do is I kind of have to manage my sound levels a little bit. I mean, I can mute this more, but I like the way this is speaking, the way it's tuned. It's nuanced.